And now we have Pistol Mastery. We're gonna stay here until we get 200 bullets, but that's how you get Pistol Mastery, by the way. It didn't really work the first time we did this. I did this because I didn't quite know what a critical hit was, I guess. Anyway, we also have over 200 tranquilizer bullets, which is the type of bullet I use the most, and I found I ran out of them earlier. So, all in all, this turned out quite well.
All right, let's see here.
Welcome to part 2, or something,
I don't think I have to worry about Darcy coming by again.
I guess.
Anything else I can do?
No, Agent Thornton. Mission accomplished.
Yes.
If you haven't seen Westridge yet, you may want to pay him a visit after all the training is done.
The grinding we're doing will probably be cut out. I hope I get to keep my bullets. Do I get to keep my bullets? I have no idea. Well, let's just hope they're in there. Let's also save before we do espionage training.
This is a restricted area. The vending machines are down the hall and to the right.
Alan Parker, I'm here for espionage orientation, so let's not waste time.
You're Thornton, Westridge's candidate for the job.
I thought I said let's not waste time. Any other facts you want to spill, or can we get to it?
Very well. So, orientation. You are familiar with the premise of an obstacle course, I assume?
I topped the Academy speed record by 5 seconds. Any other questions?
Excellent. And this will be quick. Up the ladder is the training area. The first test is navigating through the environment without being detected. Following that, you'll be facing live challenges against the agents here.
Anything else I should know about running this course?
Yes. I suggest you do it quickly. And talking gives your position away.
What's the deal with the security panel?
It secures the entrance. If you're as capable as Westridge says, then you should have no trouble hacking it and gaining access to the course.
I will not.
Great.
Course begins now. Hack the door in front of you to gain access to the course.
I don't know where I'm going with that. God damn, where's the other one? Oh, jeez, this is bad. Where? Oh.
Always check your surroundings for cameras. We can't have you appearing on the nightly news. Mind the gap. The key to stealth is timing. Pay attention to camera movements, then exploit their blind spots.
Get a stealth to do whatever the hell I want, Parker. God, I'm doing so bad. Oh, so bad.
Taking in the view. Yeah, well, I doubt the view is what's making you hesitate. I've unlocked the security door. Come back to the control room for your evaluation.
Your score is based on several factors. Sorting the numbers now.
I don't know if that was good enough. It was okay.
Outstanding. Well above average, especially for a trainee. Okay. You want to run it again?
No, I don't think so.
Very well, I'll log the results. Westridge can complete your evaluation once you finish the other tests.
That it? If that's the worst you can throw at me, then it shouldn't be hard to prove myself.
Of course, not enough of a challenge for you?
No.
Then I have an assignment for you. This one won't be logged.
What? You mean like a covert training op? Aren't you guys carrying orientation too far?
Nothing about Alpha Protocol is orientation, Agent Thornton, despite the semantics. The penalty for getting caught, however, won't be a poor score. It'll be detention. So, are you up for it or not?
Well, I'm up for it. Let me see what you need. You want me to head back to the medical center? Why? What's the file name?
Jacob.
Why use this algorithm to encrypt it? That's like putting an electric fence around a dog kennel.
Your metaphor notwithstanding, the file contains the location of this facility. Something people would pay dearly to have. Thus, the encryption. Not only will this be a much more practical use of your talents, but I think you'll be curious to see where in the world you're going to be sent.
Any other intel I should be aware of?
Nothing you can't find out on your own. We aren't even having this conversation right now, and the clock is running.
Got it.
Okay, we're gonna try our best to perfect stealth his mission. We will not do it. So when we inevitably fail, we're just gonna try over until we do it no alarms, which will hopefully be the very next attempt. So let's try that.
Are you waiting for clearance? Go ahead.
Alright, first steps first. Go here, then go here, then go here. Go here, and go here. Oh, okay. Well, shit. Which way does the door turn? That way. Ooh, don't let the alarm go off. 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 Yep. This is happening. This is happening. It's very hard to stealth with what we're wearing because it makes a lot of noise, by the way. That's not the only reason, of course, but it is a major contributing factor. In fact, I believe the description is it's almost impossible to stealth in this. Boop. Which is why we have stealth running. Pick that up. Pick that up. Open that up. And I guess that's it in here. Now, I think another one spawns, which is why we're still sneaking. Now, we got seen, and we knocked out 2 guards, so we're going to get a minus with Westridge. Nope. No. Parker. I'm going to get a minus with Parker, not Westridge. Westridge is going to give us a plus. But it doesn't matter, because we can still get him... God, I think we can get him to 10 by the end of the game. Even with that -1, so... Which, by the way, 10 is as high as your... love, the friendship meter goes. We will get Mina to 9. Boop. Oh, where was I? Ah! The punch button is the same button as the smash open door button, by the way.
Did you do as I asked?
Got the data, no problem.
I'll download it from your PDA. Were you seen?
Not that I know of.
Yeah, well, then that'll have to be sufficient.
Now that you have
What?
a spot, anything you can tell me about my real assignment?
This bullshit, we were seeing so hard!
Type missile technology. Your probability of success is in the lower 20th percentile.
We got shot at!
Going to the Middle East?
I've downloaded intel onto your PDA. That should prove useful when you reach your destination.
That intel you gave me, why wouldn't I have that already if I'm going on the mission?
That is a good question, Agent. I would find an answer to it when you can. If not here, then in Saudi Arabia.
I don't like the sound of that.
Good.
So when am I shipping out?
After you finish your orientation with Westridge, it's customary for him to outline, in a slow and plodding way, his expectations for you. Then he'll send you to fetch, like a good dog.
So you get to stay in the kennel then?
Yes. An apt comparison, Agent. And if I were you, I would relish my time on the outside for as long as possible.
All right.
Was there anything else?
I'd like to talk about your attitude, actually. You've been running me ragged since I met you, and you've got no call to talk down to me.
Of course I do. I'm your superior.
Rank doesn't matter when the cameras are off.
It may seem abrupt at times, Agent, but I am an analyst, not your friend. When I am your handler, my job is to give you information quickly, efficiently, and help you accomplish your mission.
So you've been on a lot of Alpha Protocol ops.
Key ones, yes. I was involved in the events leading up
I
to
lost
your
my place on the page. I need to actually keep my finger on it, I guess.
Of a contractor, an accountant. Money is one of the easiest ways to track events. It often leaves the best fingerprints.
So you're a spy?
I'm an observer. I rarely take action. But the smallest event, if analyzed incorrectly or acted on improperly, could have great repercussions. And that's where I come in, to interpret events.
Like butterfly wings sparking a tornado? That kind of thing?
Spare me the butterfly cliché. Guerrilla actions, nuclear tests, exposing a corrupt politician, a rise in grain prices, and... yes, the downing of an airliner in the Middle East. All of these things have the potential to create larger catastrophes.
Okay.
Controlling the repercussions of these events, getting agents the information they need to put fires out before they rage out of control, that is my job.
So when I'm in the field, my orders come from you, or another analyst. My job is, what, to listen?
Yes, it's a numbers game. But decisions must be made quickly. If the decisions are solely reactive or passive, well, then you operate at a disadvantage.
So sometimes you create events.
For political equilibrium, yes, at times. At other times, to give America an economic advantage.
I thought we were mostly mission-driven.
We are. But even you will see the effect that even seemingly minor interactions have on the structure of a mission. Carry the logic one step up, and it shouldn't be hard for you to grasp.
You like working here?
My responsibilities don't account for that, nor should they.
You know, I actually thought you were the janitor when I arrived.
That would either be an insult or an excellent deduction. I'm guessing the former.
I was actually just trying to make conversation. But why would that be an excellent deduction?
At full length, I think this might be the longest conversation in game.
Alpha Protocol can only maintain plausible deniability as long as no one knows we exist. That means continually cleaning and scouring data, masking our communication lines, and protecting our global positioning.
I understand.
Or the
That
one
must
with
be a
most
full-time
choices.
task, and an important one.
Agreed. Even Westridge would say I hold the most important post in the facility. So in short, yes, I clean up after others, and if necessary, I'm the one tasked with shutting this program down.
Shutting it down?
Turning off the lights, putting up the chairs, locking the door.
What does that mean exactly?
This place cannot be found. If Alpha Protocol is compromised, any evidence of the program must be deleted.
But what happens to the... I mean, is there an escape route, or what happens?
What do you mean, Agent? Be specific. I dislike dancing around an issue if one exists.
What happens to the program? Seems like a waste of resources.
You are correct. If ended, it starts again under a different name, with a new agenda.
You sound like you've done this before.
If I have, it's classified. Or perhaps I'm joking. Are we done here, Agent? I think I've answered all your questions.
Some of them, yeah. The others can wait.
Okay. So that's orientation. We're gonna save. And we got one more person to talk to. I'm gonna have to edit out some of that grenade throwing and shooting Darcy in the dick. But I take it back. This is probably the longest conversation in the game.
You guys must have spent a fortune on the TVs in this place.
You all done?
You tell me.
Now you're learning. I have to admit, I was worried whether we'd be able to keep you here after you woke up in medical. You gave our staff a run for its money.
I gave it my best, and so did they.
Fair enough. It'll be a good excuse to up the morning drills around here. Looks like you did well on the tech portion of the test. Very well. Past Darcy's bitching, there's some real compliments in here if you look at the numbers. Mina's report on your weapon skill was impressive. In fact, I think you outperformed many of the guards. And it's your first day.
She's a good teacher.
She is. And she has a good eye for potential. I'll let her know your opinion. And here's a surprise. A positive evaluation from Parker. On the numbers side as usual. But he actually took the time to write a sentence.
He did. What was the sentence?
You may have been right about this one, Westridge. For Parker, that's high praise. Assuming you don't let us down, Mike. Looks like that's it for the physical evaluation. Now for the hard part. Tell me why you're here. Not everyone gets chosen for this line of work, but you volunteered. Usually we have to ask.
I want to serve my country.
And you think by being assigned here is the best way to do that?
Give me a mission and I'll prove it.
What makes you think you're ready? Because I tell you, we get a lot of recruits in here, and you're not convincing me.
I think I'd like to cut through this bullshit and get to the mission.
In good time. Even vets like yourself could benefit by what I'm about to tell you. Beyond the guns, tech, and sneaking around in the dark, there's one last part of this job that nobody else here quite gets.
I'm listening.
Good, because listening is a large part of it. The way you talk to people, your attitude. That's what we're going to discuss now.
Are you suggesting I have an attitude problem?
No, believe it or not, you're not here because you're a people person. You're here because your psych profile says you're skilled at manipulating others.
Was that a compliment?
You'll see. The way you project yourself definitely affects what people think of you, and your reputation with them.
And if I want to impress them?
You don't always want to or need to.
But we
Having a
will.
good or bad rep with someone can actually gain you different benefits. Sometimes you want to piss someone off so they can't think straight. Other times you want to build a strong rapport with someone and talk your way out of a bad situation. All depends on your objective. This goes for your handlers as well. We're going to be sending you into a lot of dangerous places, and your only backup is going to be who you're talking to on your headset. How you treat them is going to have an effect on the success of your mission.
So if I piss them off, I'm screwed?
That's true, actually. There actually are positive benefits in this game for negative relationships, which is something I can't think of for any other game.
This is a long way of telling me that I should just act the way I want? And if I compromise an asset in the field by choosing the wrong path?
No, again, there are no bad choices, just results. Over time, folks may hear about you and your attitude before they meet you. They may have a preconceived notion of how you're going to treat them, which can affect their reaction.
Well, maybe they should take the time to know the real me.
If only. Time's something no one seems to be able to spare, especially during a conversation. Although that can be a plus.
What, like stalling for time?
The clock doesn't stop when you're speaking to someone. So if you need to get your second win before a fight, making small talk can buy you time.
But if I'm running on adrenaline, won't chatting take me off my guard?
It can. So if you need to get to the point, act instead of fight. For example, if you don't think I have any more to teach you, then you could just say, I'm done with this. I wouldn't think any less of you. You seem to have the basics down.
That I don't think ever comes into play, though.
Sometimes it is better if you shoot first. Still, approaching someone to talk to them can allow you to get the drop on them if you get close enough to strike. Use it if you have to, if the conversation isn't going your way. Assuming there's even a way you want the conversation to go.
Like if I wanted to seduce someone? I mean, not like I have trouble with that or anything.
If that's what you want to do, pay attention to the clues in your environment. Sometimes people will have advice, and intel can help. But there's another way. Read much?
Everything I can get my hands on, or download, or take from scribbled bloody confessions.
There's a host of information out there through dossiers,
That's a
email,
good
and
line.
other documents that represent total research others have collected on a target, organization, or operation.
And what does that get me, exactly?
Sometimes you'll spot obvious triggers. People who don't respond well to smartasses, like me. Others who respect loyalty, duty, a professional approach. Others who don't have time for bullshit, and like it when you get to the point. But dossiers just don't contain psych information. They'll usually have combat information on your target as well. What side they favor, any past injuries, common weapons or tactics they use. Some of it blunt, some of it subtle. But if push comes to shove, it can give you an edge in combat. The more you've done your homework, the more vulnerable they'll be.
Makes sense to me. I'd rather get a firefight over with as quickly as possible.
Amen to that.
As a general note, if it's your first time playing the game and you don't know every dialogue option in it, professional is the way to go with most characters.
You might learn a few things. Sometimes reading a dossier will give you more options when dealing with others. A few facts to bring up to shake secrets loose.
What about you?
You should already know what makes me happy, Mike, and what pisses me off.
At what point can I start accessing personnel records and conducting surveillance?
After meeting a target or hearing their name referenced by someone else, you should have a target ID. Then hop onto the database and start doing your homework. You can usually unlock their basic information at that point. Let's start with a simple one. Al-Samad. That should be familiar to you.
The terrorist group.
Yes, you can research groups as well as people. It doesn't carry the same benefits, but it can provide useful intel in the field. Talking to people about others is a good way to help gain dossier information. Sometimes people will have information on someone that can unlock a brand new thread in your computer search.
Okay, so I've suffered through your interrogation, and know how to give one if need be. Am I ready or not?
We'll see. Meet me in the command center, and I can give you a proper mission briefing.
Good, because I'm sick of this room.
Trust me, Mike. If it was up to me, you'd never see this interrogation cell again.
I wonder what a speedrun of this game looks like. So, this is a point in my notes where I hadn't quite figured out how I was going to take notes for this game. And I can clearly tell.
Recognize him?
That Sheikh Ali Shahid, the voice of Al-Samad. They say he was responsible for shooting down that airliner in the Middle East.
Yeah, he got his hands on some prototype Halbeck technology. A missile with a multi-stage targeting system called Jacob's Ladder. That airliner was his first target.
Specs and shadiness of this whole thing aside, how did Shahid get his hands on that missile?
Missiles. He's got more. He stole them from Halbeck and we need them back before he gets any more trigger happy. Then we want you to kill him.
You know where he is?
No, but that'll be part of your mission in the Middle East. Find the missiles, then find him and take him out.
You don't want him taken alive.
If he cooperates, sure, bring him in. On the off chance he tries to kill you, then put a bullet in his head.
I'll put my years in charm school to use.
All right, then, pack your gear. You're heading to Saudi Arabia.
Not coming with me?
I'll be there in spirit, and on video and radio when needed, Agent.
And I just got here. Oh, well, I'm gonna miss this place.
I doubt it. I'll contact you when you reach Saudi Arabia.
Okay, objectives, 22 of 22. Who cares about any of that? After awakening in a medical facility, surrounded by armed guards, Agent Thornton was put through a rigorous screening process. Well, not rigorous. Agent Thornton was not notified of the test after a brief induction to the facility. Thornton was instructed to attend orientation on the use of gadgets, espionage, and infiltration tactics, and in basic weapon use. Bonus objective, Mina Tang reports that Agent Thornton excelled on the weapons range and has cleared him for field operations. Agent Thornton apparently ran the course again after a score was calculated, and due to an unspecified weapons misfire on the range, Agent Darcy was hit and injured. While able to conduct orientation, Agent Darcy is still recovering. Sean Darcy reports that Thornton is fully cleared for technical operations and notes that his use of gadgets on the course was inventive. Or does that say inventive? Yeah. There was apparently several injuries on the gadget range due to a miscommunication in the training schedules. Several guards were slated to begin the course at the same time as Agent Thornton, and as a result suffered various injuries while believing Thornton was part of the challenge. The agents are now recovering. Alan Parker cited that Thornton's score on the espionage course was one of the best in some time, while expressing some skepticism at Thornton's lack of experience. I have no lack of experience, game. Initial testing is proving promising. So sometimes the game forgets that you're a veteran when you choose veteran. It doesn't change the entire game, and a lot of it's slated for you to have some lack of experience, even though it was specifically stated in the email that I have more experience than everyone in that building. Oh my god. Yeah, everyone in that building. Jesus Christ. That's a lot. Agent Thornton vanished for a short time during the espionage orientation. Thornton's whereabouts during this period are unknown, though Alan Parker claims that he noticed nothing out of the ordinary during the scheduled orientation run. Psychiatric evaluation was given by Yancey Westridge. Agent Thornton met the psychological profile required for tracking down the missing Halbeck missiles, dispatching Sheikh Ali Shahid. New operation gained, Desert Spear. And then these are our stats. Our most effective weapon is hands, and we tranquilized a dude, and we electrocuted 4 dudes. We have terrible accuracy, just all around, but we've created no orphans, but we have racked up, 556,000. We have racked up $56,963 in medical bills for someone else. So, fuck them. Fuck those people. They are going to be in the hospital for a while. But they're not dead, and we didn't make an orphan. Yeah.
Care to explain how Halbeck lost its missiles?
Old news. An accounting error.
The missiles. You didn't lose them, did you?
Angry, Mr. Thornton? Because of what happened in Saudi Arabia.
So that flash is brief, but you will definitely understand what's going on later.
Mike, can you read me? I'm getting lots of interference.
Reading you loud and clear. Where can I find Shahid?
It's a little more complicated than that. It's gonna require some groundwork, and lots of it. Good to see you're eager to get started. Finding Shahid is your primary objective. Trouble is, we don't know his location, but we have 3 leads. An arms dealer, Nasri, is believed to have sold the missiles to Shahid, and he's currently operating in Saudi Arabia. If you can intercept him, maybe he can tell you where Shahid is, or guide you to the missiles.
Do we have anything else on Nasri?
Nothing more than what's in his dossier. If you can manage to make any contacts and find out more, we'd welcome it. We also tracked down the location of an airfield Shahid used in the past. If you can sneak in and plant a listening device, we may be able to track flights Shahid is using to move through Saudi Arabia.
And the 3rd lead?
We've got the coordinates of an Al-Samad detention camp, also used as a stockpile for weapons. We suspect the missiles may be stored there.
Is there any way to be sure the missiles are there?
Not at this time. The area is dug into the side of a canyon, and getting reliable satellite imagery when sandstorms aren't blowing has been almost impossible. We'll want you to go in alone, recon the area, and shut down their radar and communications. Once that's down, we can call in air support and hit the camp hard.
No pressure.
And no backup. Get used to it. It's the job. You check out your new home yet? It's got some perks you might be interested in.
Anything beyond the weapons locker?
Thought that might hold your attention.
It did? Anything else?
A computer with a hub connection so fast you'll feel like you're going back in time.
What, to the Stone Age? Please.
You can do dossier research, encrypted emails, and if need be, access some of the weapons dealers in the area. That'll be done on your own dime, however, using whatever funds you can find in Saudi Arabia.
I understand, sir. We wouldn't want Alpha Protocol tied to any weapons trafficking in the Middle East.
Exactly. The weapons locker you already found, help yourself to what's inside. Just be sure to choose the ammo and armor you think suits the mission. When you're ready to head out, just use the front door, or access the missions from the main terminal. I'll have already uploaded all the mission specs to your PDA. You can review them at any time.
Alright, so is that it? Westridge. Great. Home sweet home.
Okay, that ends... Oh, time to level. Can we? No, we can't. Okay, well that ends part... I guess probably 2, because we got to 30 minutes in both parts. 2 parts for the prologue! Yay! Oh, this is gonna be so long. Anyway, I have been Sacrabalic, your envoy of hope, and this has been Alpha Protocol in the Year of Twos. When we resume, we're going to be exploring the warehouse, doing some basic maintenance, and running the actual missions of the game. So, see you next time, guys.